Hi guys, today we're just going to talk a little bit about Rocket. What is Rocket? It's the new line of Maxwood, and the name more or less gives it away. I'll try not to say this in Danish, but it is a little bit of a rugged look, it's a little bit of an unfinished kind of thing. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go to a few of the points that's really cool about this bed, and what it does, it makes the whole bed cool. You'll be launching a twin full. This is the one you see here, twin on top, full on the bottom, and we also launched a twin. And the best way to explain the twin, literally with this legs goes all the way down, that is the twin bed. So what we're doing, we have done so you have an open and a closed end. We want to make sure, first of all, it's safe for the child, but it's also easy entry. And the non-entry side, what we have done, we have totally enclosed it both on the top and the bottom, literally to make sure that this is where the child will not enter the bed. And we've done that by using the 6-inch plank all the way up. And that also makes sure, if you use my hand as an example, that the guardrail is extremely high. And it's again extra safety. We still recommend a maximum 8-inch mattress, because the more you can have in height of safety, the better it is. So again, a non-entry side, it can be reversed, left, right, left. It totally depends how the room is laid out. Opposite end, entry end. So the cool thing about it, like you can see here, we know there's a lot of bunk beds out there that looks a little bit similar and has some great features. We just want to make it even greater. So how do we do that to actually make sure that the bed, especially a bunk, is easy to enter and safe, and the parents feel comfortable about it? So you can see here on this one here, we have a headboard similar to the one on the opposite side, but it has an opening. To create this opening, we literally just remove a plank. That's where you see a few extra holes that are just there. Then we take this little wonderful thing and we can place it either left or right, depending on what it is. It also means we can take the top headboard here, put it on the other side, slide this one over, and you have the opening on the inside. Not just that, if you then look at this side, what we have done, we have created small tiny steps. Don't look at my red trainers, they're cool. But what it actually does, is make sure that when the kids actually curl up in the bed, it's comfortable, it don't hurt the feet. We know in the showroom they normally have shoes on and it doesn't really matter, but when they come home with bare feet, if you don't have a nice stepping surface, it really hurts, and the kids will never forgive you. You'll get the rest of your life. So make sure you get this one here with the extra steps, and of course, everything can be reversed left and right way. How do you make a bunk bed safe? And safer than everything else. What we decided to do, yes, it's a little bit of an extra piece of wood, and some people might not like it, but at the end of the day, we just want to make sure what you provide for the consumer, parents, the kids especially, it is something that just makes it extremely safe. We know when little Peter and little Karina sharing a room, and Peter want to kick Karina up in the butt, up here in the top, like he'll lie in the butt and he'll try to lift the bunk bed. So we have created these 4 blocks, and there's one in each corner of the bed. And what it actually does, it just connects the bottom of the bed with the top of the bed with a nice little plate. And that means even though I want to separate the bed, it's simply not possible. That's just one thing. The other thing, and the last thing I want to talk to you about, is the hardware we use for this bed. Hardware. Again, a huge thing when you're actually assembling a bed for any reason, but especially for kids and youth, because they're a little bit rougher. They'll be up and down and crawl and kick, and several kids in one bed. So we decided from day one, the hardware that we want to use here at Maxwood just have to be a little bit more substantial, a little bit bigger. And a lot of times our customers are like, we think you're over engineering it. I think we're just doing sort of safe and you don't have to worry. So when we actually connect the headboard with a bedside rail, we use what we call an 8x60, quite substantial bolt. So it's literally what I'm showing here that connects the bedside rail. A lot of our competitors, Magic, another bolt, actually use what we call a 6x60, and it's just a lot slimmer. It's a lot slimmer dowel you have in the other end, and that means it won't actually pull it together as good and as much as the bigger bolt. So again, kids, safe, sound, good, parents are happy, we are happy. Finishes. What finishes do we have this in? You can more or less tell us what you want, we can make it. What we have started with and tested to make sure it looks nice and it doesn't stain when you put it on the carpet or floor. It's literally this color here, which is called driftwood, which was mentioned before. We have a espresso dip, we have a cherry dip, and we have what we call a white wash dip. So it's again what we're trying to do. We still want to be able to see some of the features of the wood. We think that's one of the cool things. But in the end of the day, if you want an candy floss pink dip, we can do it. Please don't call me, talk to Karina. That's right up her alley. But everything is possible. Slat bases. So again, cool thing about Maxwood, whatever you want we can do. On this one here we have made two different versions. We have made what we call a KD version, and we have made what we call a pre-assembled version. What does that mean? The KD, everything that you see here, the footboards and everything have to be put together. On the pre-assembled version, the headboards, they are pre-assembled. The only thing you have to do is literally put the bedside rails, the guardrails on, and put the slats in. How do you know the difference? If you look here at the bottom, we literally put a full slat roll in, which means 14 slats. And the 14 slats comes with a pre-assembled version, both top and bottom. So when you see the slats on the top, we didn't go cheap. Even though up here there's only 7 slats, it's literally just, if you get a KD version, you get 7 slats and you get a metal support bar. And it's literally just to make sure that we can put everything in one box and be a little bit more optimized in shipping it as well. So both versions are good, they're both recommended. We will say for the stores, the pre-assembled version is probably best because you only have so much time to put it together. But it's very few pieces, easy to put together, and it sells great.